Hello, my name is Nate. My project is titled Choosing a College. I am looking forward to my senior year and choosing my college. My parents are choose, letting me choose, so it is a big choice that I have to make. I am making a list of colleges that I'm interested in and a bunch of different reasons. I am looking at historically black colleges and universities. I am looking at colleges in different states and I am looking at choices where I might stay in Minnesota. I know that some colleges are more expensive than others. For this assignment, I chose three different schools that I am thinking about applying to. One is Morehouse College, which is located in Atlanta. I got to take a visit to this school, and it was pretty cool. Another is Howard University, which is located in Washington. I haven't been there yet, but I'm hoping to visit this summer. My final choice is the University of Minnesota, which is self-explanatory. It's located in MN. I know that a lot of classmates that have applied to the school. I know that I won't choose a school only because of how much it will cost, but I know that it will play a big part in where I go to college. In my presentation, I'll be going over the following things: why I chose this topic, cost breakdown for the colleges of Morehouse, Howard, and the U of M, my financial plan and what I have been doing to save up for college and how much in loans I will probably have, looking at loan options and what will be the monthly payment, and the conclusion, which is what I learned by doing this presentation. Why I chose this topic is that it will help me understand school fees. It helps avoid too many loans and helps me plan for student school costs. This will be one of the biggest things I spend money on in my entire life. So it is important to make a good decision. So it is important to do my research and learn about the fees and costs and also understand what I can afford. Cost for college. Tuition costs. Tuition is the primary expense for college students. The costs are different if you go to an out of state school and a private school. Room and board. Room and board covers living expenses. Some students choose to live off campus or at home. Meals. Meals can be included in room and board or a separate cost. Books and supplies. Students must pay for books and supplies each semester. You can save money if the books are online or you can buy used books. Personal expenses. Personal expenses include entertainment and other social events or clubs I might want to join. The cost of college can be broken down into several components, including tuition, student fees, housing, meals, books and supplies, transportation, and personal. Understanding each of these elements can help students better prepare for college and financial planning. So I have made a chart for each of the three colleges that I have decided to, and we'll be able to take a deeper dive on how much it will cost per year, including, and you can see the different categories of how much of a percentage of out of the money that will be spent. For example, the 55% you can see is the tuition, which is more than half of what the 52,345 per year is. The second biggest is housing, which you can see, and then after that, it's almost a tie between student fees and meals, and then after that, they're all around the same: transportation, books, supplies, and personal. You can see on the right side the actual money amount of money for each. You can see even though no the 4, 3, and 2% seem are low percentage, that's still a lot of money. The second school we'll be looking at is Howard University. Now, Howard University has a bigger out of the percentage of tuition. Instead of 55%, this one is 60 for 1%. And the second is housing. And after that is meals. which last time it was almost a tie between meals and student fees. But on you can see that it depends on the type of school you go to, what the next expenses or will be, or the which ones will be more. For example, this one, the books and supplies and transportation were uh were a little bit more than the meals. I mean, not meals, the personal, but for here, personal is a little bit more. So yeah, it just varies depending on the school, which plays a crucial role in depending on what school you go to, because personal, you might not want personal to be 2,494, and this also personal also just depends on the person, because there might be a possibility you're able to spend less than this, or most people it's probably gonna end up being more. This is just a, a rough estimate on like the average person, but yeah. Last school is the U of M. Now you can see the a big difference how obviously tuition is still the highest, but tuition and housing are almost equal. But this is the main difference between this and the other schools are that this is a university, a public school, so housing it looks a little different than here than it would at Howard or Morehouse. And then uh, and then student fees, just because it's a university, that's 0%. So it's just things like that that you have to uh know what type of school you want to go to and the fees that go towards that. And you can see the per year is almost twice as much lower than both of them. So that's just a big difference. And transportation is almost, you don't need to worry about it because it's a university. Usually there's like options like buses and stuff like that. I mean, there is in most schools, but since it's in a most universities are in a major city, there's more options for transportation, and the school provide more. I made a bar chart to compare the expenses at the colleges. First, you can clearly see that the tuition will be the largest fee no matter what college you go to. Housing will be the next second biggest cost. So these will be the most important to consider while looking at the college, how much the college will cost. Overall, Howard University seems to be the most expensive in most of the categories. The U of M is a lot cheaper in most important categories of tuition. It only costs 17,370 there, but the cost at Howard is 37,996. So you can see a large difference, more than double the difference, double in some. A long-term impact. Choosing a school and taking on the cost can have an impact on my financial future. To help with this, I need to consider the following things. Apply for scholarships and grants. I can start to apply for scholarships now as a part of my college application. But this also depends upon the schools, and some people want more schools to go to, but it's good. This is a good thing to help lower the cost of that school. High school job. If I have a job now as a junior in my high school, I'm saving money in my savings account. So in other words, me having a job now helps me able to financially afford my the school better, which is self-explanatory. Just having a source of income. College savings account. My parents and grandparents have placed money into my investment account for me. So this is there are different names for this. Uh, like I have been learning in my financial classes. I forgot what they call this off the top of my head, but this is most people do this. So this is another way. So I don't. So that fee I won't be such a toll on both my parents and myself. PSEO. The more classes I can take and transfer to a college is fewer classes I need to take, which will save money in the long run. Because this might end up me not having to take a whole year of college, which the prices I showed you are per year, not for all 4 years, which is very expensive. Work study. There are jobs on college campus that allow students to earn money while they study on campus, which is something that I don't have as much information on because, like I said, it's a campus thing. So, but this is another way income. It's like a job in a way. Me and my parents have been saving for me to go to college, and I also hope that I get some loans or grants. But to go to University of it will cost me $146,596. I hope to pay for my college in a few ways. I have college savings account that has 30,000. I hope to earn 2,500 in scholarships for each year of school. I will I will have completed 10 PSEO classes when I graduate from high school. I hope that this will save me one half of the school year in fees. I will also be work part-time while going to school. I will still have almost 48,596 in loans when I finish college. On the federal student aid website, it shows that the current student loan interest rates is between 3.5% and 12%, with the average being 6.53% for this school year. The loans is typically given for a 10-year period, but you can request that they extend your loan period, but then you will end up paying more. I guess that my loan amount would be 48,596 with the APR of 6.53% for 120 months. I'll be paying a monthly payment of $552.54. Conclusion. Comparing school expenses. There are several types of fees that I should consider, like tuition, meals, and room, and board. These are fees changed from school to school, but choosing a school like University of Edmond with fees around 37,000 a year seems to be the best choice. Personal finances. College is expensive, even by picking the college with the lowest fees. I will have to pay almost 120,000 even though I have saved and plan to work. I will need to plan to take out loans or try to get more scholarships. Plans costs. As I plan for my future career, I will need to understand that I will almost likely have college loans for the next 10 years as I start my career.